Greetings. Welcome to our daily Devo for Saturday, April the 29th. Um, this technically today is still an introduction kind of thing, but it is entitled Promised Land, and it comes with a reference to Genesis chapter 12, verses 1 through 7. And I'd encourage you to open your Bibles up and read that. But I will not read it in the daily devotion here. I will just read the first verse. The Lord had said to Abram, "Go from your country, your people, and your father's household to the land I will show you." First words are consequential, so I'm careful as I choose the first words my students hear after landing in Israel. On our bus ride from the airport, I begin by reading Genesis chapter 12, verse 1. The first words we hear the Lord speak to Abraham and Sarah: "Go from your country, your people, and your father's household to the land I will show you." Let's consider how these words apply to you as you begin your time in the Holy Land, or our time with our author here, John A. Beck. Now, it goes without saying that the trip Abraham and Sarah made to the Promised Land was quite different from anyone's trip to Israel today. Abraham and Sarah didn't fly, they walked nearly 400 miles. They didn't have an airline ticket with a destination, but trekked for weeks without knowing for sure where their journey would end. And he cites Hebrews 11:8. They didn't selectively pack a suitcase to stay within the airline's prescribed weight limit. They gathered up nearly all they owned, driving their sheep, goats, and camels ahead of them. They didn't reach their destination within 24 hours, but rambled unfamiliar roadways for nearly a month. That is not how your trip to Israel will look. But there are two similarities between your trip and theirs that I would not want you to miss. First, your trip to Israel is neither accidental nor the sole product of all the practical decisions you've made leading up to it. Like he did with Abraham and Sarah, the Lord has called you to leave your country and family to visit this land. Whether this means you've purchased an airline ticket, packed a suitcase, and changed time zones, or simply walked to your favorite reading chair in the living room, it's no coincidence that you're starting this trip. This is the Lord's doing, and you will not appreciate all that is to come unless you start with that thought in mind. The second similarity between your trip and that of Abraham and Sarah is the Lord's reason for bringing you to this land. This is a land that the Lord is eager to show you. Throughout the Bible, the Spirit has intimately linked lesson with landscape. And now, in and through the geographic realities of this land, the Lord is poised to speak to you about who He is and how He thinks about you. Be ready. New insights await you at every turn. Again, we're going to have to use our imaginations as we join with Mr. Beck here on just like maybe we're with him on a trip to the Holy Land. We'll have to use our mind's eye to see where he's at, and the terrain and the history. Just a couple questions as we get started. Where have you already noticed a connection in the Bible between what God says and where he says it. And question 2, what place are you most excited to visit in Israel and why? That's a tough one. That's a tough one. I guess the standard answer would be Jerusalem, and especially going up to the Mount of Olives and thinking of Jesus there praying. I'm ready, Lord. I'm excited to begin this trip of a lifetime, a trip you are calling me to make. Please protect me as I travel and fill me with new insights in this place you desire to show me. So let's just pretend we're on that trip, and this is what we want. The desire of our heart as we enter this, that the Lord will reveal to us what his goal was in revealing these things to Israel. And that's the key to all Bible study, that we first of all understand who's speaking, who's listening, and how would they have heard that. I anticipate that our author will teach us those things and help us to better understand our scriptures and all that God is and all that he has for us. Blessings to you today. On Monday, we will be in Ashkelon. All of these devotions from here on will have a title of a place, and so we can do some investigation on our own as well. Ashkelon on Monday.